Hey everybody, welcome to Sokka's Tech Spot. This is what you know about, where I drop knowledge on technology and electronics. This is a new series I'm working on, so if you enjoy it, hit that thumbs up and make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. Leave a comment below to let me know how it can improve or any other questions you might have. In this video, I'll be telling you all about USB. You're probably thinking, it's USB, what's there to know? Well, sit back and grab a snack and I'm about to tell you. USB comes in various versions, beginning with version 1.0 to 2.0, and now we're seeing 3.0 as the new standard. All these devices use a similar connector, the Type A connector. USB Type A connectors are the rectangular parts of the cable that you use to plug into the computer. In past versions, these usually have a white piece of plastic within the connector, but with USB 3.0 Type A connectors, the insert is going to be blue to differentiate them from the older versions. This part of the cable that connects to the device can come in a variety of shapes and sizes, including another Type A connector, such as extenders. Type B plugs were the main standard in the late 90s and early 2000s. This was a more square plug that would be used to connect printers, microphones, media devices, and other computer peripherals. For smaller devices, there were mini B plugs, which are reminiscent of the micro B plugs found today. Micro B is currently the standard for smaller devices, but that seems to be changing with Type-C cables entering the scene in larger numbers. Type-C cables are starting to become the norm for not only smaller devices, but larger devices like laptops and consoles too. Type-C cables are great for a number of reasons, but mostly because they can be plugged in any direction, no more having to flip the plug around 2 or 3 times to get it to fit into the port. Some electronic manufacturers even include Type-C ports on both the device and the computer, so you only need to carry around one cable from multiple devices, and especially convenient when you have Type-C to Type-C cables. USB has come a long way since version 1, which is long gone. What you will see today is version 2 ports, with version 3 becoming the new standard as I mentioned, and USB 3.0, however, comes in a variety of iterations, and I'm going to throw a chart up here to illustrate better what that would look like, because it gets a little confusing. USB 3 has come into the scene and caused mass confusion. It began with being known for high data transfer speeds, but then it took on more features which are not supported in past iterations. USB 3.0 is capable of speeds of up to 5 gigabits per second, with 3.1 up to 10 gigabits per second, and 3.2 up to 20 gigabits per second. After the release of 3.2, the previous iterations took on the 3.2 naming convention, but with the suffixes of Gen 1, Gen 2, and 2x2 respectively. Ultimately, the takeaway is that USB 3.x is capable of high speeds, and you can assume any USB 3.0 port is capable of 5 gigabits per second. If you're looking for higher data speeds, look for the label SS on the USB port, which will indicate that it's the super speed USB 3.0 version, or 3.2 rather. The reason this one is called Gen 2x2 is that it has dual lanes with each of a potential of 10 gigabits per second throughput on each lane, allowing you to achieve higher simultaneous read and write speeds. Are you confused yet? You can always watch that segment again or pause to look at the chart. Power delivery. This technology is relatively new. USB PD, or USB power delivery, is a technology built into electronics that conducts a handshake between two devices to determine what type of power output could be provided. USB PD supports many variations of power delivery, ranging from 5 volts at 1.5 amps up to 20 volts at 5 amps. The amount of power that will be delivered is dependent on what the devices support, as well as the cable being used. To put this into perspective, most little charging bricks that you get for your smartphone are usually 5 volts at 1 amp or 5 watts, although that is changing with faster charging solutions. USB PD 2 and 3 build on this new standard, allowing for more efficiency and control over the power delivery. These variations will support 20 volts at 5 amps, but can vary power delivery much more via software. This means that it can support a wider range of voltages and current. The main difference between USB PD 2 and 3 is that USB PD 3 can provide a lot more information about the power delivery, the battery in the device, it supports larger data payloads, and much more under the hood features. As a consumer, we probably don't care about these things, but engineers creating the devices will be able to have a lot more information about what's happening with the power delivery than alert us if needed. I'm going to throw up a chart here just because there's so many versions and it can get a bit confusing, so take a minute if you need to pause and take a look at this chart. It's important to note that power delivery is dependent on the type of cable being used. The maximum supported power for a micro USB cable is 20 volts at 3 amps or 60 watts, whereas Type-C cables can support the full 20 volts at 5 amps or 100 watts. The software negotiating the power delivery is smart enough to figure all this out so your cable does not burn up trying to deliver a lot of power. Compare this to the old standard, which was 5 volts at 500 milliamps or 2.5 watts for USB 1.1, and then 5 volts at 900 milliamps with USB 3.0. You can see that we've come a long way, and with more manufacturers using USB Type-C standards, we can expect this to only get better. So next time you go to buy your fast charge power brick from Apple, make sure you take a look at the supported power output. The standard 5-watt charging cable is selling for $20, and so is their fast charger adapter, which is capable of 20 watts. They also have various versions of their laptop charging bricks ranging from 45 watts to 96 watts, so make sure you know what you're getting. That's going to wrap it up for this video. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments and I'll help you out the best I can. Make sure to subscribe for more tech videos like this one. You can also check me out at these other spots for more tech fun. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.